Um, so we're kind of at that stage where we're thinking about maybe adding a DSLR booth, and we just had some questions about your experience and your what is it, Mr.Professional booth
Hmm.
that we saw online.
Okay.
So that's kind of where we're at.
All right. Donald and Alicia, please fire away with those questions. I'm ready for you guys.
Cool. So the first thing is we we've hesitated to go to the DSLR because we're not photographers. We're not, you know, versed in like shutter speed and ISO, aperture. We mainly do automatic settings on the Salsa app, and that's been pretty good for us.
Okay.
Uh, but that's kind of, I don't know. Is there like an auto setting?
I solved for that issue, Donald.
Hmm.
How I solved for that issue is what I'm doing is for anyone who buys Mr. Professional, I'm including access to a private masterclass. So it's a private video that lives on the YouTube platform, but it's only accessible through a private link. And so what that video does, it actually walks you through step by step on how I set up my cameras, the settings, and you mentioned shutter speed, but I also go above and beyond that so that you guys can get a richer looking photo. And it also breaks down, of course, other elements. So I know how it feels going from an iPad where it just good lighting and auto and you'll be all right. But
Yeah.
when you start dabbling into a larger sensor using an actual DSLR camera, preferably the Canon R100, which is the industry staple, and you couple it with a flash head, for example, the Godox that has 300 watts, then you end up with portrait photography and everyone gets the benefit at the event. It's not just like a one-time session with one individual. So this is something that you can really sell because it is a professional photo shoot at the end of the day because of the equipment you are using. So as far as the confidence level right now, I totally get it, but I'm going to continue to put out educational videos that actually address some of these issues you guys are experiencing as far as like, David, we don't understand the shutter speed, the aperture, and how that all comes into flow. But just know that right off the bat, you will get access to that masterclass in which you guys can consume at your own leisure.
Oh, nice. And that's part of if we or just Mr. Professional.
That's gonna come included. So it's listed on the online store as a bonus, and that's something that you guys will have access to.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Hmm.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, we actually just purchased the R100 based off of your video.
Yeah, it's a little powerful
Uh,
camera.
yeah. Yeah. We just not that well versed on using it. So, and then we all, does it have to be a Godox 300? Because we have a newer 300 watt
Hmm.
that we use for our current setup. Can we use that?
So are you doing constant lighting on your newer with your with
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
So you'll soon realize how much of a difference you'll get in quality when you have your Canon R100 at a lower ISO and then you amplify the signal, meaning the light, the flash with an actual flash. To answer your question, yes, you can work with what you got right now and you can turn up that newer to a point where your subject is lit properly, exposed properly, and then play with the settings on manual settings on the Canon R100. So yes, you can do it just with what you have right now, which is your Canon R100 and your newer. But here's the thing that I want you guys to factor in as well, okay? When you guys are at an event and the event exceeds, let's say, 3 hours, when you have a modeling lamp in this situation, when you have your ongoing light, it tends to drain the battery because you have it up pretty bright, especially if the subject is,
Yep.
let's say, 5, 6 feet away from the booth. And so it eats up
Yep.
the battery quickly, right? What I
Yes.
love about the setup that I use, and it seems like everyone is also kind of using a very similar presentation, is that when you have a Godox MS300, that bad boy gives you 300 watts of flash, and it's only about $149 on Amazon. So what that does is you can use that as a modeling lamp as well, have it around 15%, but then the
Okay.
flash will get used up only during the photo, during that instant. So you get a lot more battery juice throughout the event, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, because our light, when I have it on our Echo Flow, which is over 1,000 watts, it drains it within 3 hours.
Yep, I know what you're talking about. Been there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. And then for these settings, you have to change it on the camera and not through the app.
The beautiful part is that once your camera, your camera is switched to the letter M on that toggle, that stands for manual. Once you connect the camera USB Type C to the USB Type C hub that comes with Mr. Professional, and then that goes connected to the iPad, when you launch the photo booth software. And by the way, I had a client yesterday that picked up a booth here, his Mr. Professional, and he was using the Photo Booth Supply Co. application. I think it's called the Fiesta app. And
Yes.
so I got to
Yep.
see
That's great.
for the first time in my life, I got to see the interface on the Fiesta app. And so he was able to navigate through it pretty easily. And so we changed the settings because he himself is in the same predicament as you. He was using an iPad, and he's going to continue using it, but he also wants to offer his clients a DSLR quality as well. So we were able to confirm that, of course, Mr. Professional Photo Booth, you can use any software. So he coupled it with the Fiesta app, and we were able to get really nice photos. For me, the biggest win was seeing the expression on his face of like, wow, there is a significant difference when we go to a DSLR camera plus the flash. So,
Mm,
so if you guys are familiar with the Fiesta app and you want to continue using it, there's absolutely no
yeah.
problem. So you have an easier time navigating through it just by simply instead of going just with auto, you guys would change a couple of settings in the Fiesta app. So I got to see it in action like I think 2 days ago. And so I can
Yeah.
confidently say that it'll work just beautifully.
Oh, nice. Okay. Sweet. And so Mr. Professional, that's the DSLR booth. And does that come with the 12.9 faceplate?
It's going to be that's optional depending on what you already have. So my goal when I created Mr. Professional, especially the second generation, was to have variations on the online store that match your journey as far as where you're at with your investment, your budget,
Yeah.
and just basically something that really fits your current situation. So when you guys go over to the online store, you'll notice that you can get the faceplate for a 10.2 iPad, a 10.9, an 11 inch, 12.9, 13 inch, and so on and so forth. Now, if you currently have, what do you guys have right now as far as the iPad goes?
The iPad Pro 12.9.
All right, beautiful. So the 12.9 will work with the 12.9 in order to work with the 13 inch as well. So you're solid there. There's really no confusion. It's pretty
Okay.
versatile too as well. So even if you had an older 12.9 generation, the same faceplate would suffice. So it'll be compatible.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
Okay. And then our other worry is with the camera and the light on top of the booth. How stable is it? I mean, how stable is the booth? Like, is it so light that it moves around in the wind, or is it pretty heavy at heavy bottom?
So on the second generation, what we did is we widened up the footprint a little bit more on the actual base. So it's a tiny bit heavier and a little bit wider. And the reason we did that is because some folks, for example, out in like Chicago during like windy season, it's it's something to factor in. Reason why is because if you have an umbrella up at the top and it's windy, then you're gonna go
Yep.
parasailing, right?
Yep. Yep.
So you can remove the umbrella, and instead of the umbrella, you can add a cover. It's basically like a soft like a soft cover that softens the light, and therefore you
Yes.
you remove the aerodynamics from it. So you're not worried about your booth tipping over. So you
Oh, I
can you
see.
can go that route. If and especially like I said, if it's windy, you don't want a big umbrella up top. It's just there's nothing really that can hold it down besides a good amount of like separate weights. But to answer your question, it is stable in an indoor and outdoor environment. But if you have fierce winds and you have a big umbrella up top, it's just scientifically it's not going to be the
Yeah.
best match for the condition weather as far as the weather condition goes.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Um, okay. I think, is there a warranty on the Mr. Professional, or do we get post support
Yeah,
at
so
all?
absolutely. One thing is you do get warranty, so it's a 1 year warranty. If let's say for example the fan goes out, we're gonna go ahead and expedite and send a fan replacement out to you so that you guys have it within a few days, right? Um,
Okay.
Now, as far as technical support, you guys will have my direct line, right? So what I tell folks just to set the expectation is I'll continue to make the tour videos and refine them, making them shorter, right, for people to consume them a lot easier. But you
Yeah.
and Alicia, right? Once you guys build it up and take it down at least 3 times, you'll realize how friendly it is and how easy it is to set it up and take it down. Um, Now, if you guys, let's do this, right? Let's do this break. Let's just another scenario. Let's say, for example, you have the booth, you guys watch the videos, you guys launch the app, and then just for some reason you guys can reach that satisfaction. It's like the photos coming out too dark, right? Then what I would do
Yeah.
is I'll send you guys a link so that we can book a FaceTime call. That way I get a visual of what you guys are seeing and how we can fix that problem. So when you guys show up to your next event, you guys show up with confidence and know exactly how to troubleshoot for that type of issue.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay.
The thing that I wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to help out with, and I'm just saying this to set the expectation, is I wouldn't be able to help with the technical part on the application, the software application.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Understood. Yeah, that's yeah, I mean I guess our biggest thing would be just the actual setting off camera
Mhm.
and you know that confidence that we have somebody on the other side that we can call because with Salsa or Fiesta we always have support. That's kind of the best thing about it. So we just
Good.
want to make sure we have some close support.
Okay.
Um, and as far as the booth, like let's say if we order it
Mhm.
today, how long would it take for it to arrive? Or can we pick it? Are you local?
So I'm local. I'm here in California. What about you
Yeah,
guys?
we're in Torrance.
You
We're in
guys in Torrance?
Torrance.
I think you guys might
Yeah.
be up. So I'm in San Bernardino. Maybe you guys are like maybe an hour and 10 minutes away from me. Would you say?
Oh yeah, we were just at Yamava last Friday for
Oh, you guys
an
are
event.
gamblers, huh?
We had an event there,
Oh,
yeah.
even better. Okay, even better. You guys went there to collect money, not risk.
That's great.
Okay,
My
good.
wife wouldn't let me on the slot machines.
Okay, wonderful. So let's do this. So there's good news and bad news, okay? The good news is that I have inventory coming to my address, my location. I should have them in about 4 days. And the cool part
Okay.
is since you guys are somewhat local, what we can do is we can arrange a pickup. And then while we arrange for that day, we'll also set time so that I can spend at least an hour with you guys, putting it together, assembling it together, and doing the whole thing as if we were showing up to an event. I think
Oh,
that right there is a value that not a lot of people get, but you guys are fortunate because you guys are not too far from me.
yeah. Oh, that would be awesome.
So I can do that. Now the bad news is if you decided to order online right now, we're pretty much sold out and orders are going to start being fulfilled after October the 9th.
Okay.
But I ordered some just to have an inventory because we do get local photo booth business owners who, they just feel more confident showing up and picking it up here and then just kind of go over into some of the questions that you guys asked me here today.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. We were expecting like weeks or months.
Oh, this is just all fortune, I guess. It's just all timing, quite
Yeah,
honestly.
no, that's great.
Yeah. So,
That's great.
um, now let's see. Anything, Alicia, that you can come up with as far as questions go?
I was gonna ask about like after the year,
Hmm.
if there's like a fan that goes out or something, one of the little twisty knobs falls off or something, do you offer like post 12 months like parts?
Yeah, that's a great question. So after the 12 months, I think it's a better investment for me and for you guys, for me to provide with the after sale support, even after the 1 year, to give you the guys the option to buy the part specifically individually, right? And then you guys
Yeah.
can order it at my cost and just pay the shipping, if that makes sense. So you guys have the flexibility to do that versus saying, well, I guess we got to buy a whole entire booth just because a fan goes out. I just don't feel like for me that would be a good model. And then for you guys, it wouldn't be the best investment. So that's a really good question. But yes, we
Okay.
would issue out the replacement and there would be cost for those parts and the shipping as well.
Okay. And then since we've never had like anything high end other than a little like when you're at events, because I'm sure you've done plenty where there's like 150 guests and you just have like a back-to-back line.
Mhm.
Is there a delay in like processing the larger photos for printouts?
There's a strategy to that. And I'll share that strategy with you guys here. When we get invited to proms and we get invited to graduations, for example, the line
Mm-hmm.
is nonstop. So what we usually do as a strategy is we offer the event coordinator or whoever's handling the account for the school. And so we offer them photo strips. And the reason we do the photo strips is because one photo becomes two photos because that one photo that's 6x4 gets cut in half, and then you get a 2x6 and a 2x6. So you're able to distribute those tangible physical photos to the students much faster, right? So that's one strategy there, and it helps you save money on printouts. Now, when it comes to printing out a 4x6 in comparison to two 2x6s, the speed is almost exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Good to
as
know.
and as far as sending it digitally, whether it's an airdrop or text message, airdrop it only takes about a second or two.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Cool.
What about can you hardwire your printer with this?
Yeah. So I have a
Are you
video.
able to
I'll send you a video where I show how I hardwire it. Um, I think that video I add a lot of insight because it's a broken down bit like my tutorial videos, but I actually give you a visual of if for whatever reason you needed a hardwire, that video will show you exactly how I did it with the Ethernet cable.
Sure. And have you noticed the speed difference between hairprint and hardwire?
The gentleman that came over to pick up his booth not too long ago that was using the Fiesta app told me that his concern was that sometimes it takes about 15 seconds for the signal to transfer
Yes.
to the printer. And so
Yeah.
what's interesting that when he did it here in my house, it took like less than 9 seconds for it to send the signal and the photo started printing out. So the delay wasn't very great at all. Um, but I want to tell you guys something because I've been in business for a little longer. It's important to share this information with your client so that you guys can sell your client on more hours, right? And the reason you want to share this with your clients is because sometimes we get clients and they're like, well, we just want it for 2 hours. And then you ask them, "Well, how many people will be at your event?" And then they say, we're expecting around 300 guests, right? So then you tell them, well, each guest, we take about 2 minutes with each guest. Why? Because we walk them over to the prop table. They take a while to select their props, and then they walk over to the photo booth. We give them some cues. We make sure they're in the frame. Then we take the photo, and then the photo gets processed, and then we either print it or we send it to them. So on average, we spend about 2 minutes with each of your guests, right?
Yeah.
So then you multiply that time like times 2 minutes. And then you realize, well, if we did each individual, it would far exceed those 2 hours you're booking us for. But the reality is we're gonna get small groups of two, three, maybe even four, right? But when you educate them this way and you tell them how much time you're gonna dedicate to their guest, then that opens up an opportunity for you guys to upsell them on that extra hour to have a good buffer.
Mm.
Yeah.
which is some
Good.
which is a strategy a lot of people haven't implemented into their business. But this is some stuff that I kind of keep in house because I have a ton of competition like in my area. It's bananas, man.
Yeah, that's crazy out here too. Oh, that's good. That's good insight though.
Absolutely, man.
And as far as like upselling, so we're able to charge more now if we're using DSLR. I'm assuming. Is that what you're?
You should absolutely, yeah, exactly, because it's now the output, the quality, the result is higher tier, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's easy, and in addition to that is when you guys get clients on the phone, you can always send them sample photos like, hey, look, this is an event that we did. Look at the quality of the photo. Your birthday's only once a year. We want to make sure we capture you in the highest resolution, highest quality, so it is Instagram worthy. And if you guys don't have photos or videos, that's okay because when you guys buy Mr. Professional, there's an asset folder that's going to include photos for you guys that you can use to sell your services.
Some marketing materials.
Yeah, some marketing materials, exactly.
Well,
Oh, sweet. Babe, any other questions?
no, I think my biggest thing was like the after the 12 months, and he answered that, and then just the delay with the printer, and he answered that. So those are my two.
Yeah, because I noticed there are a lot of like screw knobs and screws. If we lose them, like there's an easy place to order them where you can get them right away.
Yeah, just send
Are
me
those universal?
yeah, and some of them are not universal. So I would say so we do include a spare for those most of
Okay.
those screws. And then at the same time too, something that you wouldn't probably won't happen to you, but it's happened plenty of times where the photo booth attendants lose the key. So it comes with two keys, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's happened the past two where they're down to their very last key, so they'll order a replacement set of keys, and so that's also available for shipping. But yeah, most of those parts we can send them to you if you guys lose them. There'll be a small cost just to cover the cost, but yeah, you
Right.
guys will have access to those.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, I think my questions have been answered.
Yep. Thank you. I feel like you answered mine as well.
And so, at this point, what's the total cost for just the booth itself?
If you're going just with the booth alone,
Mhm.
I'm in front of my website right now. It's $25.90, Donald.
2590. Okay, yeah, because we already have a printer.
Uh-huh.
We can just use our 620 DS620, right?
Okay. And then you're going to be using your
Yeah.
12.9 iPad?
Yeah,
Okay.
12.9 iPad. But we might, yeah, we'll use our 12.9 because I think you said the experience is much better for the customer by using the bigger, larger iPad, right?
It's just more appealing. Because
Yeah.
I've done both 10.9 and 13 inch, and
Uh-huh.
I see these booths every single day of my life. But it still makes a difference when I was navigating through the smaller 10.9 than it did when I was on a 13 inch.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so we would use that, and then we have our light already. I mean, I don't even know if we can use our existing softbox umbrella, but those are pretty cheap.
If you want to bring the current light that you have, your newer light, I would say bring it and I would show you how to work with it as best as possible to get the best quality. And then we'll compare it to a Godox, a flash. And it doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
have to be Godox. The reason I go with this model is because you're getting 300 watts for like $149, which is it's a really good deal.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So we can do that. That would be, especially if we can actually have you guys on the YouTube channel. It's kind of like asking me questions live on camera. That would be like a cool behind the scenes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
By the way, Alicia and Donald, I got a question to ask you guys. So most of my
Yeah.
conversations, I record them for educational purposes and to take tips, and also as I'm training my team as well. And I don't know if you guys are comfortable with being on the YouTube channel because some of these the questions that you ask, some of these are very insightful questions. They're not like beginner questions. And so I
Yeah.
figured if I have some of this content to post on the YouTube channel, these are raw questions coming from real people with a certain level of experience given where they're at right now with their photo booth business. So if you guys gave me permission, I would love to take some of these questions and post them on YouTube. But that's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Cool. Okay. Well,
Yeah, because that helped us. Watching your videos and people asking questions and you responding helped us. So if we can help
Yeah,
anybody else, that'd be fine.
exactly.
I love that attitude. Yeah, that's the attitude that brings success, man.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, if you guys come up with any new questions before you guys pull the trigger, um,
Yeah.
please let me know. I feel like you guys really planned for this. Your questions were consistent and there were good questions, like I said. But now it's about pressing add to cart and checking out. And then
Yeah.
once we do that, we'll have to set up a time in which we can rendezvous here. I'll send you guys my address so you guys know exactly how far I am.
Okay.
I should be getting my inventory, I want to say by, I think it's safe to say I should have it by this weekend. But then again, weekends for me are the busiest because of the industry that I'm in. or the industry that we are in. So
Understood.
we would have to shoot for like a Sunday or sometime during the weekday,
Probably Sundays would be best for us
right?
too.
Mm-hmm.
We both work full-time jobs during the week, so
Okay.
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get them soon, that'll be great. I mean, the sooner the better we can get started and get our hands dirty. And you said it's 25, so like 2,600 bucks essentially.
Essentially, and then so the face plate, you guys would prefer it in white. That houses a
Yeah,
12.9 iPad, and then the photo booth shell color in white as well, right?
yeah.
Gorgeous, very beautiful. Okay, yep. So I'll have. So let me do this then, guys. Let me send you a text message when it's already touched down and I have it here. And then once I have it here, then what we do is we'll coordinate a time.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Right on. Anything else for you guys?
I think we're all good. We even have all the like your kit. We have everything ready in the Amazon cart, man.
All right, let's rock it out.
Yes, I see it.
Let's do it. Yeah, I can't wait. So we look forward to it. We'll so just wait for your text, or should if we want to pull the trigger, we can just go online and do it.
It's entirely up to you. So what I'll do is as soon as it arrives, I'll let you guys know. That way you guys get
Okay.
first dibs. If you guys
Okay.
if you guys purchase it online right now, it's almost the same thing really, but it's entirely up to you. I'm not gonna say you guys got to do it right now. There's no deal. Like I know that I'm gonna have a couple in stock.
Yeah.
And there's not a ton of people who are picking them up here in my place on a daily basis because most folks are out of state. So
Yeah.
let me do that. Let me message you and let you guys know, hey, it's a I have it and we're good to go, and then we'll rendezvous.
Okay. And then send us a coupon code too.
Good try. Good try.
Donald is a good salesman. That's you guys are gonna do really well.
Yeah, he can literally sell ice to Eskimo. This one too.
Yeah, that's good. That's solid.
I learned from the best. David Rodriguez. I learned from the best.
Solid, man. All right, well, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll stay in touch.
All right.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, guys. Bye. And that right there, ladies, what I mean by ladies and gentlemen is that I talk to photo booth business owners every single day, and it's exciting. You get to get a glimpse of what's going on in people's lives as they're trying to scale their business or as they want to move forward, but there's just something like preventing them from jumping into the actual game from standing on the sideline. So I hope this video helps. And shout outs to Donald and his wife Alicia for allowing me to post this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.